If the bite is left untreated, your bodily functions will break down over a period of 2 or 3 days, and the bite may result in severe organ damage or death. Nope!
This is the Mocko Show.
What is up, YouTube Nation? It is your boy C Money coming at you from the roof. It is Tuesday, May 21st. And if you can tell, we're dealing with some snow. Yes, that's right. On May 21st, we had a snowstorm. W-T-F. And it is snowing. You've got to be kidding me.
You've got to be kidding me. No, you've got to be kidding me. I told her no flowers. I told everybody no flowers.
Like I said, no flowers on my cake. I wasn't kidding.
I am sitting very awkwardly on the balcony here because all of the furniture up here is covered in about 4 inches of the powdery goodness. There is lovely construction going on to my right. Apologies for that. Unfortunately, the clouds are not cooperating. Get out of there, clouds. You're making me look like an idiot. Anyways, last week I promised a return to the Mocko Show, provided a race update. Now it's time for a training update. As of yesterday, we are 40 days away from the big dance, the showdown in Squaw, the Thrilla in Auburn. I think we're gonna be shying away from pancakes during these training updates. I thought about new branding for this, perhaps 40 days of Western States training or 6 weeks of Western States. Couched 100-mile program. Nah, I don't like that either. Here is week 1 of training update with your boy, C Money. As I mentioned, we're just about 6 weeks away from Western States. I very intentionally took most of April off in order to regroup after that hard marathon build. I shied away from workouts, I shied away from structured training, and it wasn't until really about May 1st when I decided, hey, let's get back after it. I'm feeling re-energized and refocused and excited about my training. That is fantastic. This is going to be the shortest build up to a race that I've ever had. When something is 12 weeks away, I have a really hard time staying focused and motivated. By condensing this training cycle, it'll give me just the right amount of time to go from, ooh, I feel a little out of shape and underprepared, to I am ready to go and I'm firing at all cylinders. It's risky, I've never done this before, but so far so good. What does this training actually entail? As opposed to my marathon build where it was all about intense workouts at a very fast pace, the focus here is much more about volume. What I found in the weeks leading up to Bandera is that as important as workouts are for getting the legs turning over and really stressing the system, it was the long runs that I was incorporating every 3 to 4 days that really made a difference. Hey, construction, do you guys mind quieting down for a little bit? Thank you. Yes, there will be some higher intensity in there, but the priority will be on the long runs and not just doing 1 a week, but 2 or 3. Probably 2 runs of at least 20 miles and a 3rd run that's topping out between 30 up to 40 miles. Having a couple of those experiences, while it's going to take a lot out of me, is exactly what I need to be doing in order to simulate the fatigue that I'm going to be feeling in the second half of the race. First and foremost, the long runs. Second most important, strides. I've shied away from strides at the end of runs primarily because I'm either hot and sweaty or cold and miserable. When I incorporate a couple strides at the end of my run, my legs just feel magically better. Doing it based on feel, and they feel good, so I'm going to try to do more of those. I'll probably be avoiding the shorter interval-based workouts and focusing more on longer tempo-paced efforts, whether that be 4 to 6 by 10 minutes or an hour-long tempo run. The goal is not to be running at max pace, but probably around 85 to 90%. Think marathon pace, not 5K pace. There are long sections of Western States that are very runnable. Being able to call upon that tempo pace is going to be really important during those sections. Finally, I've got to be chasing vert. Western States is not a climber's paradise. There's only 17,000 feet of climbing, but that's a lot more than any marathon that I was doing earlier this year. I still do not feel very comfortable on the climbs. I need to get better at that. Incorporating more time on trails, more time going up is going to be important. For days like today where it is unlikely that I'll be able to get to the mountains due to the snow, I'll probably just be getting on the treadmill, cranking it up to anywhere from 6 to 9% incline, and just finding a really steady rhythm. I need to remind myself that going up 1,000 feet is just as important as running an extra mile or two. So, what does this week look like? It began yesterday, a little unexpectedly, with a 50K on the treadmill. I'd kind of missed my long run the previous day, just wasn't feeling great, so I cut my long run at about 20 miles. Monday, it was rainy and cold, I didn't really want to run outside. Hopped on that treadmill, 1 hour went by, 2 hours went by, 3 hours went by. Okay, that's about good for today. Today, I expected to get another 12 or so in the morning, ended up getting 16 because I bumped into a friend. And we'll be getting in a couple miles on the treadmill. Oh, important message from yesterday's treadmill session. During the 3rd hour of the effort, unfortunately, I began suffering from a chafing. Why don't I rewind the clocks? Let past C-Money explain exactly what went down. Take it away, C-Money. I made an incredibly bad mistake today. Went to get my Squirrel's Nut Butter to relieve some chafing post-run. Found a new product in there called Squirrel's Nut Butter Pain Relief. Let's give that a shot. Applied it to the chafed region. Very quickly began feeling a burning sensation. Read the warning label on the back of the product. Do not apply to open wounds. Whew! Feels like I just ate a habanero pepper and then somehow rubbed the juices all over my upper thigh. Not a great sensation. However, feeling the burning and not the chafing, so perhaps it's working? Regardless, I think this is a great product if used correctly for pain relief, not in the chafing region. My body is fatigued, even slightly more fatigued than it was at the start of this video because I'm basically squatting right now to stay on camera. I also noticed there is a crane coming out of my head. You're gonna find that the pacing for a lot of these non-workouts is gonna be slow. That is totally fine. If I can run 9-minute pace per mile, I'm gonna have a really, really solid day. Finding that pace, getting efficient running it, the best way to do it is to run a little bit more slowly, and it also gives your body a chance to recover so that the days that matter, you're ready to go. Let's talk workouts. Tomorrow, I would like to get in a workout. I haven't been feeling super mentally tough when it comes to long tempo efforts, so instead of doing a 40-minute tempo, I'm gonna break it up into 4 10-minute intervals. The hope is that I'm not completely gassed by the end of each of those, but the break gives me a chance to mentally reset, and that should be a little bit more doable from a mental standpoint. I have another recovery day Thursday. Friday will be my big run for the week because the weekend I'll be heading to lovely Malibu, Colorado. Lovely Malibu, California, to attend my godson's baptism. Not expecting to get a lot of miles in there, so adjusted, front-loaded the week. I'm not quite as specific as I was when I was working with Christo. The intent here is to be a little bit more flexible. If I'm feeling good, add a couple miles. If I'm not feeling good, take it easy. Also, weather, as you can see, is a factor. Making sure to take advantage of the days where there is a hint of sun is something that I need to do. That is the week in a nutshell. I know this is the least scientific training approach ever, but I think this is what's best for me. Having that structured training program, while it is amazingly beneficial to keep you motivated and focused, it just doesn't allow for that flexibility that I often need to make game time decisions. There's one theme from this training, it's go with your gut, take advantage of the good days. So this concludes my first training update for Western States. There's only gonna be 5 more of these and then it's race time, baby. You guys have a great week. Your boy is out.